Sports on Tap is brought to you by the Joe Wright Group with Dobie Real Estate, Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank, Baldman Entertainment, Land & Sea Motorsports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, we're loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With music that's jaw dropping, they're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, and you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and light with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go when all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Deep fly ball, right center field. That's got carry. It's gone. Number 500 and history for Miguel Cabrera. What an awesome sight. Take that curtain call. You deserve it.
And welcome to Sports on Tap. My name is Frank. This is Chris. Joe is to my immediate left. How we doing today, guys?
Good. Doing good.
Yeah, you might want your microphone. I forgot the accent. You forgot the microphone.
I was so caught up in the Miggy thing, I forgot to put my mic in front of me.
As soon as it ended, I jumped right into it. And I was like, I'm supposed to be doing a really bad accent right now.
Yeah. I forgot I was so caught up in it.
So how we doing today, butts? There's the really bad accent for you.
What I want to know is, what accent was that?
I have no idea.
Neither do we.
I was trying to imitate an Australian accent before the show just to get everybody up to speed, and that's what came out. I have no idea what the fuck it was.
If anybody was offended by that, Sports on Tab, we sincerely apologize.
Yes, if you're offended by that, cancel me. Don't cancel them.
And if you're offended by that, I'd like to know what nationality you are, because we don't know what accent that was.
Yeah, we honestly really have.
I'd also like to know what else offends that person. Because that was
probably a lot.
Yeah.
There's going to be a long list of things if that
100%,
offended somebody.
Yeah.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So I'm glad we let off with that, because he finally did. He finally hit number 500, and it kind of, now typical Miggy fashion, it was an opposite field home run that barely cleared the fence.
It wasn't even inside the strike zone either.
Right, exactly. But it, and honestly, I'm kind of glad that it went just into an area where there were no fans. Mm-hmm. So now that nobody has to, he's going to get his ball.
Yeah, he's already got the ball back.
There's going to be no bullshit over who gets the ball and who gets this, that, and the other thing.
Everybody talks so much about what would be done with it.
Yeah.
Who would they give it to him? Would they not? What would they do with it? And we even talked about it. And now there's nothing to talk about.
Nope.
He has it.
No, and I'm just kind of glad it's over. I'm sure he is glad it's over.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
That look on his face when he was rounding first.
Oh yeah.
Was, it was joy and relief.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, that's got, whatever record you're going for, in whatever sport it may be, I mean, that's got to weigh on you so much, because you start to press, because you just want to get it over with. And you could see it, and from the time he hit 499 to the time he hit 500, you could see it was really weighing on him. He was really starting to press, and he was trying to hit home runs, which is not what he does.
No,
his entire career, he's never been that guy that tries to hit home runs.
No, he just accidentally does for the most part.
Right. I mean, he's just that good a hitter. So
right.
He's, you make a mistake, he's gonna take you deep. But
did you guys happen to catch any of the clubhouse stuff afterwards?
I caught a little bit of it.
Couple cool moments.
Yeah, I saw how he addressed the club and things like that, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. Hinch's statement was really nice.
Yeah.
Basically just thanked him for allowing everybody there to be a part of that moment.
It's a big moment.
It's a huge moment.
You know, like you said, only 27 other players in Major League Baseball history have done it. So
right.
That's actually very, very impressive. You know, I know Frank didn't think it's all that impressive last week, but
that wasn't the case at all. We talked about that earlier. But,
Frank really poo-pooed that one.
No, I was just basically saying that I didn't look at it as that great of an achievement because I expected us to be talking about 6, maybe even 700 with him.
But you also got to take into account, like, especially the past few years, how how many injuries he's had and how many at-bats he's lost because of it.
Right, and that's almost where my disappointment comes from.
And
is the fact that we
sucks.
didn't get to see him play through all that shit.
Now, I would say if it was...
Joe's getting frustrated.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on with this thing right now.
I
Keep
would
going.
say,
I'm going to try and figure this out, boys. Yeah.
I would say if it wasn't for the injuries and it still took him this long to get the 500, which obviously I probably wouldn't have, but I say this year he was at like 515. We'll say. Mm-hmm. I mean then I'd see like kind of your disappointment in it,
right?
And like dude, really? Like you've been healthy.
I took it as a career in whole. Like I wasn't just talking about this season. It
right.
was overall as his entire career is if you laid his timeline out.
Yeah.
He gets to 400 way quicker.
Oh yeah.
Than most guys do.
Yeah. Should he have had 500 quicker?
Last 100 that he's now hit.
Yeah.
It's like I was kind of hoping 6, maybe even 700.
That would have been fantastic. But now he's got an outside shot to hit 3,000 hits this season, which I don't think is going to happen. I think it's a long shot. He'd have to get on a literally relatively long hot streak.
But I mean, that would be the best thing for the Tigers.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
You'd be able to put people in the stands
absolutely
for the entire end of the season.
Oh, absolutely.
If that's sitting there.
Like I said, I don't think he's going to do it this year. I think like obviously early next year. I think he'll finally do it. But
does he do it in the Tigers uniform?
I think
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
There's no way Chris Hill is just letting him leave with 3,000 hits looming. Not a fucking chance. And then maybe after he gets it, then maybe like a respectful buyout or something like that would probably happen. Even though I know he doesn't like to spend money.
Like a Pujols situation?
Kind of, yeah, something like that. But I'm kind of glad we brought that up about the injury situation and kind of, maybe disappointments that guys didn't reach their full potential because of injuries. Because you sit there and you think about it, and you're like, guys who, like, you saw them play, and you're like, damn, if only they didn't have those injuries. Like, they would have been just out of this world megastars.
Right.
And I know we talked about this before the show last week, like maybe possibly a topic. So I figured, well, shit, let's throw it into this week. And I came up with a list like Ken Griffey Jr. They're kind of the same as Miggy. Without the injuries, that dude hits 700 home runs easily.
Griffey goes down as one of the greatest hitters.
He might
without the injuries.
He might actually be the home run king without the injuries. Yeah. Instead of Bonds. And yes, Barry Bonds is the home run king. Stop with the steroid bullshit. Barry Bonds is the home run king.
If everybody was doing it, I don't give a shit. It counts.
Like, that shit. That's a dry make ears thing for another time. But yeah, like Ken Griffey Jr. is one of them to me. That I think obviously without the injuries, and yeah, he could have gone down as the best baseball player, pure baseball ever, without the injuries. That we got to watch a significant amount of his career when he arguably was the best baseball player, in the game, and then just those injuries just kept hitting him. It was a lot of leg injuries too, and then the hand injury and all that stuff. Or wrist injury.
So for me, the number one person that comes to mind in that conversation is Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
His career at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
If he doesn't end it with the knee injury,
right,
he probably gets drafted higher than he was. So he goes to a different location. What does he do with that team? What does he become if he doesn't? Even if he gets drafted by Minnesota and doesn't have all the injuries he had with Minnesota, what does he do at that point?
Right.
Like I just saw a lot more out of him. I think we got to watch an incredible running back regardless of injury.
Yeah.
But there could have been so much more to his game.
Oh, absolutely. Like another one that I think of is Grant Hill.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't have the ankle injuries, I mean, God, how good would that dude? He was good with the ankle injuries, but would take those away. Oh, shit. I mean, you're talking another stratosphere of superstar.
Well, and we've got a graphic up here of some players on this list. Bo Jackson.
I mean, that's the obvious.
That was
one.
that was the obvious one that we both thought of last week when we talked about it. Bobby Orr, which you brought up last week.
Bobby's a good one.
Derrick Rose.
I
didn't even think about that. That's actually a really good one too.
And he actually, and you got to watch it. Did you get to watch that documentary on the Malice at the Palace?
I still haven't had a chance to watch it.
I didn't realize Derrick Rose was actually one of the people traded from Indiana in that whole. He wasn't there for the brawl, but I want to say it was when they traded for our test.
Okay.
Derrick Rose was actually a part of it.
Oh, was he really?
Oh.
I mean, don't quote me on it. Go back and watch it for yourself. But
Right.
I want to say Derrick Rose was part of one of the trades where they either got him or Jermaine O'Neal, somebody like that.
Okay.
Right.
But yeah, that's actually, I didn't even think about the Derrick Rose one. That's actually a really, really good one.
Right.
Actually. Like I like Penny Hardaway. That's another one. And again, that dude had it all, man. And if him and Shaq had stayed together, there's no doubt in my mind they would have won multiple rings in Orlando.
I mean, the one you and I talked about, Chris, Mario.
Yeah,
Mario doesn't end up with leukemia.
I think he overtakes Gretzky in all-time goals. I don't even think that he absolutely would have if he didn't have to take that time off from lymphoma.
I mean, shit, another one, I guess, on that front, Pavel Datsyuk. He was hurt quite often.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get hurt, what do his numbers look like?
Well, shit, I stayed in the hockey route. Vladimir Konstantinov.
Yeah.
Could have been greatest defenseman
that's
of all time.
That's a huge one.
That one's just sad. That one's tragic because he could have been one of the best defensemen ever, 100%.
Yeah.
Or at least defensive defenseman.
And then having the pairing of him and Lindstrom
right.
for another
Right.
15 years on
Right.
top of what we had them for.
Well, and some of the other ones that were thrown on the graphic here, Joe Theismann.
Yeah. Oh,
With the
yeah.
legs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
I don't know why they have Drew Bledsoe on here. That's a weird one to me. I wouldn't have seen him having that much of a better career without the injury.
But if he doesn't get hurt, does the Brady situation happen?
No.
Was he the starting?
Well,
I
it
know
doesn't-
Testaverde was there too.
It doesn't start then.
Right. That's what I'm
So,
saying though. Like that
yeah.
injury doesn't happen.
Yeah. Another one, Yao Ming.
Yao.
Penny Hardaway.
We just said Penny Hardaway.
we just talked about that one.
Well, I'm just telling you what's
Oh,
on
yeah.
the graphic for
Yeah.
people. Tracy McGrady.
T-Mac would be a good one.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer regardless.
Yeah.
So that in that regard, I'm kind of like, But yeah, he could have been better than he was. Absolutely.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone down as the greatest to ever play the game.
No.
But he
And then
probably
there-
would have been better.
And then there's two more on the graphic, and it's Sterling Sharp.
Okay. Oh yeah. God, people forget how good he was.
He was so damn good.
Lions fans don't forget how good he was.
I think
he was
they-
wide open in the end zone in a playoff game.
I think they do forget how good he was because that dude was a monster. That dude was a monster on the field.
Yep.
And then Conor McGregor, but to me that one's ridiculous.
Yeah, I
That's
kind of. I
bullshit.
don't.
That one's
agree with
ridiculous
one.
because he just got hurt in his career. I'm sorry, folks, his career's pretty much done as it is. So,
and I had one more local one. Joel Zumaya.
yes,
Zumaya versus Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Like if that dude just can put that fucking thing down, and just
06.
Like-
06 is probably a World Series for the Tigers. Though.
it's just put the fucking Guitar Hero down and focus. You can't be playing Guitar Hero with your lightning bolt of an arm, bro. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck. But so that's just another local one that I can think of.
I gotta tell you though, he lives a good life now. That dude enjoys his life.
Good.
He's on the water all the time. He runs a youth baseball.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good for himself. Yeah, can you imagine what his career would have been like and how much more he could have done?
Man.
I was going to say, I would challenge anybody to put a list together of greatest arms in baseball history and not have
And not
him on
include
the
him?
top 10.
Yep.
The dude could bring it, but see, that's the thing now with the MLB. I'm gonna do it before
Wow,
you can fucking
he
do
did
it
it to himself
I'm gonna
this
do it before
week.
you can fucking do it.
A real piece of shit, man.
What a dick.
Yeah, that's my bit every week now, and you took it away from me.
Oh, that's a shame.
Fuck, man.
But I mean, you got guys
There's very
like
few things that bring Joe this much joy in the world.
like it seems like every one of these guys now can throw like Zumaya did when he came up.
Right.
You know, they throw 95 plus, and they all have that nasty hook or slider or breaking ball in general.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but like when he came out, man, it was just like holy shit. Kind of like in Major League, like look at this fucking guy. It was that's kind of and he was our guy. It was like, yeah, all right, dude's coming in, lights out, it's over. and that was cool. And it's a shame that like his career kind of flamed out because he couldn't put down a freaking video game.
Yeah,
or allegedly.
Not good.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's a pretty weird thing for somebody to lie about, though.
Yeah, right.
He's addicted to Guitar Hero.
Well,
okay.
I mean, that was a pretty addictive game from what I've been told.
I mean, if it was like porn or something, then I could understand.
No, that's Big Ben.
No, we're gonna leave that one alone.
That again, allegedly.
I was gonna say
that's how he hurt his shoulder.
I was gonna go somewhere with that, but yep, we'll just go with what you said.
Allegedly,
he is allegedly addicted to porn, and that's allegedly how he hurt his shoulder.
He allegedly is just addicted to females. It sounds like.
That's another story for another day.
He's also allegedly
But
just a dick.
I'm glad you brought up Ben because I know Joe wanted to get into some NFL stuff, right?
Yeah, we've got some NFL on deck.
So, I mean, it's coming up. Second preseason game of the year, so it's kind of that was kind of I guess like the dress rehearsal or whatever you want to call it for the regular season since they're only playing 3 this year instead of 4, which I'm cut it down to 2. I'd be 1,000% on board with that. I think
and they have the next preseason game this week, and then they skip a week before the season.
Is that what's happening?
I think that's what happened.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like a dead week.
Yeah.
So,
anyways,
I mean, I'll take it. I hate preseason football. Really, I mean, basically, it's like the warm up.
Yeah.
It's like a really bad appetizer to the really great meal you're about to get.
Like I was watching last night. I was watching the Saints Jaguars game. And good Lord, dude, Trevor Lawrence is going to die behind that offensive line if he starts.
And now being without Etienne.
Good Lord.
Well, I feel bad for Etienne, man.
That sucks.
That Les Frank injury.
Kevin Jones had that. He never came back from that.
That's an injury that athletes don't come back from a lot. It's really tough to come back from that. I mean, you would almost rather break your foot or, tear a ligament.
Yeah.
Because that can be repaired and you can come back.
This shit you just got to let heal.
And most of the time it doesn't really heal properly.
It doesn't. And that's a
so
shame.
his career might, I hate to say it, knock on wood, but his career might be over before it even starts.
Coming from a guy who's had 2 ankle injuries similar to that, your foot will never feel the exact same.
That's incredibly sad. It is. But then you also look at that as like he could have came out from Clemson last year instead of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say he regrets the decision not to go out.
You come out last year, the odds are you're not behind the Jags offensive line.
Man, I was watching that game yesterday. I'm just like, good Lord, this is the worst football team in football.
They're
with
not,
or without Trevor Lawrence.
Like that's just
not
that's
good.
just a bad football team. Holy shit, that's a bad football. And I
you
love
guys
it.
Kept wanting to say it was the Lions. And
No, I think sadly the Lions are actually going to be better than them.
Yeah.
But it was great watching Uncle Herb on the sidelines. Just you're looking at his face. He's like, "What the fuck? What did I do here? This is bad."
He's now realizing that college football and pro football are 2 entirely different games.
A little bit different there,
Yep.
Herb. A little bit different.
Yep.
Like, because they were breaking it down like every one of Lawrence's throws, and they're like, well, this throw at Clemson would have been a completion, no problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that window closes significantly faster, dude, in the NFL.
So, and you need time to throw.
You
and
absolutely,
that offensive line is not going to provide that for him. That's why they're going to have to. They're going to have to roll out. They're going to have to do some roll out passes.
Yeah.
They're going to have to design getting him out of the pocket.
He's going to have to use his feet a lot.
Well, and they're going to have to design getting him out of the pocket because, one, the pocket's going to be non-existent anyway.
Yep.
And 2, do you really want him improvising getting out of the pocket and possibly getting killed, or do you want to create him getting out of the pocket on purpose?
You could kind of see him doing that last night. He was trying to do that, and like the guys on the side are like, "Dude, what the hell are you doing? This is a preseason game."
Yeah,
that's why I said 2 years ago that dude's going to end up being the biggest bust just because he was going high.
Yeah,
and it was always going to end up being to a team like Jacksonville, Detroit, somewhere where he just
it's kind of like
not going to be able to succeed.
It's kind of like when Harrington came out. Mm-hmm. Like. Yeah, kind of this. Honestly, it's very similar circumstances, and obviously you put Harrington on that Lions team, which was one of the most horrendous Lions teams in that franchise's history, and that's saying a lot because they've had a lot of fucking horrendous teams. But that dude had no chance. That dude legitimately had no chance.
No, he didn't.
None. And it's sad, but that's just the nature of the beast with especially with the NFL. But we'll see. I think he'll inevitably be fine. I don't think he's going to be like a superstar or anything like that.
Not in the time that he's in Jacksonville.
No, God, no. Just because that team,
I don't see him being there long term. I think he'll play out that first contract and go somewhere else.
Yeah, probably.
But
because honestly, who actually wants to be in Jacksonville?
I think he'll show flashes. I think you'll be surprised this year. I think he has the skill set to be in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's 3 guys that were in this draft that have that skill set to be in that situation, right? And I'm actually going to show a graphic right here, and I'm going to ask you guys, rank these rookie quarterbacks.
Yep.
And you've got Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
You got Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones. So out of these,
Wilson, Lawrence, I feel the exact same about.
Wilson actually showed me a little something this last week, and I know it's preseason, but I saw some throws out of him that I was like, wow, all right.
They're 2 kids with great talent that are just in bad positions, and no matter how talented they are individually, you're never going to win on either one of those teams.
Well, and it could be the team element that really leads to their demise or to their leaving and going to another team.
Like with Lawrence, I mean, I hear what you were saying. I'm pegging that for an 0-16 team.
They're going to fight the Texans on that one, but yeah, I can see it.
I think you're in a lot better position if you're in Houston with Deshaun than you are in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence.
If Deshaun plays.
I was reading the other day. There's a pathway for him to not end up on the exempt list.
Wow. All right.
So, will he? I don't know.
I mean, you know my thoughts on Wilson. I think that kid's going to be a bust. 1,000%. I think
I did too, but I saw, and again, it doesn't mean anything. But you know how you just see certain. It's not even like a big flashy play. So Trey Lance has had some where that 80-yard touchdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, damn, all right, good. And it wasn't even it was like a lame duck. But
Then
the guy was wide open
him this week, and nobody could fucking catch the ball from him.
Right.
Not his fault for throwing it like that. I'm just saying none of his receivers could catch the ball.
Right. But I also saw some throws from him this last week that I was like, all right. That's a throw that's difficult to make, but he made it. Like he made one rolling out of the pocket, and he was rolling to the same side, and he had to throw back over his shoulder, and he led the receiver. The receiver was running to the same side he was, and he dropped it right. He couldn't have handed it to him any better. And I looked at that and I went, damn, that kid's got some talent, like even more than I thought. That was a hell of a throw. And it doesn't even have to be a big flashy play. It's just like you just see certain things where their game translates a little bit, and you're like, all right, that's impressive. And I saw some of those throws from Zach Wilson this last week where I went, all right, well, I had him pegged as a bust. I know you did. I looked at it and I went, all right, well, maybe he's got a little bit more skill set than I thought. Maybe I might take a step back for a second and just see. But it doesn't mean I'm going to rank him high on my list.
No. Justin Fields, he did show. He's shown the same thing as like Wilson. He's shown some flashes. He has, but then he found out how fast this game really is. After his comments are like, oh, it was actually pretty slow.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Pressure on Fields. Oh, the helmet came off. That's going to be a flag.
And now he's DED dead.
The ball is loose.
He's DED.
Lot to sort out.
Dead.
But Fields, good to see him back up on his feet. That was a jarring shot from Andre Smith.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 59. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
He got
whether it's
leveled.
A hot or whether they change the protection. This is what you worry about with a young quarterback. Clearly, he's looking the opposite direction.
That hit right there was just monstrous.
He was not picked up at all.
Now the question is his O-line just giving up on him and letting him get hit like that, or what did they fuck up on there?
Yeah, somebody missed an assignment on that one.
Yeah.
The look on his face after this hit is priceless.
Oh, it's great.
It's up on your screen right now, and he's like, basically, it was, where did that truck come from?
Yeah.
Like, who just ran over me with a truck?
It's like, I ain't never been hit like that before.
And the look on the lineman around him was like, oh
yeah,
shit.
It wasn't me you fucked up, was it? I mean, that was that is your, like, you're a rookie and you want to talk your shit, and that's fine. You're confident young man. That's fine. Do your thing. But then that happens. Settle down.
Yeah.
Settle down, dude. You're playing against arguably the best athletes in the world. Settle down.
I was going to say, and are you ready to be hit like that?
Exactly.
20, 30 times a game.
Take it down a notch, dude.
I mean, they're not all coming for your head, but
no.
Like your first preseason game, and your analysis, Zach's pretty slow out there.
Now, it was Buffalo, which is your team.
Yep.
Is that who hit him?
I don't even know who hit him.
You don't even know who hit him? Okay, I was going to say it was number 58. That's all I know. I didn't know if he was a starter, if
No,
he's just some dude fighting to make the team.
I honestly don't even know who it was.
Honestly, yeah, the name honestly escapes me of who actually hit him, but that's your welcome to the NFL, rookie.
And if you're getting hit by a dude fighting to make the team like that, wait until you have actual like Hall of Fame type linebackers coming off.
So after 2 weeks of preseason, here's my question to you: Which rookie, like rate the 5 rookies there, the 5 rookie quarterbacks, and rank which ones you would take first as opposed to their situations. Like, who do you have the most faith in after seeing them play in the first couple weeks?
That's honestly tough. Like, obviously, I'm sorry, I'm just not on the Wilson train, so I put him at number 5.
That's legit.
I put Lawrence at number 4, just given his situation. I think he's going to be a better quarterback than Wilson, but his situation is terrible. Mac Jones is going to be the starter this year. I'm sorry,
he has to be.
That's happening, and I think he'll be sufficient. I don't think he's going to be anything great, but I think he'll be sufficient.
I think he'll be a 500, maybe slightly above 500.
Right, and then I'll put Fields and honestly Trey Lance, because I think, and as much as we've talked about Trey Lance and is he going to end up starting in San Francisco, I absolutely think he's going to end up starting in San Francisco. I mean, like we talked about last week, Jimmy G, man, he's not the guy. He's not the guy.
He's not.
And I've been saying this for fucking years that he's not the guy.
Yep.
I still think they're stupid to start Lance this year if they do, but from the way he's played, it's hard to not.
That's what I'm saying. So just given the situation, I think he's at some point this year. I don't think he's going to go into the season as a starter, but I think, kind of like I think you said it last week, by like week 4, he's going to end up starting.
Yeah.
I mean, the only positive that Wilson can have on his side that I think prevents me from putting him at number 5 is the fact that Joe's boy Adam Gase isn't coaching there anymore. So I think just because of that, I'm going to put him above Urban Meyer's boy.
And another reason I'll put Wilson number 5 is his psychotic mother. She's insane, dude. She's absolutely nuts.
I mean, she is.
But I think that's
she's a loon.
But I think that's I honestly think that's going to be a distraction. I really do.
Oh, I don't see a way it's not.
I think that's going to be an absolute distraction to him.
And I think your mother jokes are coming literally every snap.
Oh yeah,
for him,
100%. And I like I said, I think that's going to be a thing.
The only one on that list though that I can't really place anywhere is Fields, and it's the sample size. He's done all right.
Right.
I'm not sold on him yet, and being more of a hater of the guy, I got to see how he comes back from this.
Oh, and not to mention you got the red rifle with the visor now.
Right.
So I mean,
like you've got to come back from that hit, and you can't have PTSD when it comes to that hit.
The red rifle with the visor.
Yeah, he's got a visor now, so that makes everything.
He's also got the entire city chanting to replace him.
Yeah, that's true. But even watching that game last night, the Saints-Jaguars game, I mean, you saw the QB situation there. Jameson Winston's going to be the starter. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't think there was ever a situation there.
And Marquise Callaway just moved up on draft picks for fantasy.
100%. I think Sean Payton's the only one who had that situation.
Right. I mean, he actually looked like a dude who knew what he was doing last night.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, it was against a shitty team.
He was eating W's.
He was eating W's just like crab legs, baby.
No, he steals those.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. You know,
well, he may eat them too. But
I mean, if you steal them, I think you're stealing them to eat them, right?
I would.
I don't know. He got busted stealing them, so I don't know that he ever got to eat them.
Oh, you know what? He probably didn't, because he got busted stealing them, so he never got a chance to eat them.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was. I mean, he actually. Well, he got LASIK. So all right, cool, man.
Maybe he can actually see his receivers now.
Maybe
he can also see that he didn't pay for the crab legs.
Maybe that was the problem. He thought he paid for the crab legs because he wasn't wearing glasses.
Those jokes will never get old to me, because the fact that a dude who was a surefire NFL quarterback literally decided to steal food from a grocery store.
It's nuts. It's the poor decisions that man has made over
they're not ideal.
No.
Then you got the lunch table and the fucker in the pussy shit. Did he not stand on the lunch table and scream that?
He did. He did. Yeah.
Yes, I do believe that happened.
I'm not quoting myself here. I'm quoting.
When he was
at Florida State, he did.
He definitely did that.
Yep.
Definitely did that. For everybody listening right now, that wasn't Frank's words. He was.
I'm quoting the great Jameis Winston on this one.
Quoting Jameis.
Now, what were your top 5, Joe?
He's forgotten.
Huh?
Yeah, we kind of got
so far off track. He's
got sidetracked. Yeah.
I would go Trey Lance, number 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to work my way down. I know you guys worked your way up. I'm going to work my way down. Trey Lance, number 1. I haven't changed my mind on him. To me, he was the best quarterback coming out in my mind during the draft.
Absolutely agreed with you on that.
We were lockstep on that one. Yeah, he's my 1.
Okay, he's your 1.
And now, Justin Fields becomes my number 2.
Okay.
And I've just seen enough, even though that hit was insane. But I've seen enough out of him right now where I'm moving him slightly above Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
And it's basically situational because I think Chicago has a better chance to win. And their offensive line, despite that hit on Justin Fields, is better.
Yeah.
So
that is true. Yeah. Considerably better.
Yeah. So they have a better team around them. Then I'll go Trevor Lawrence because I just believe the guy has that much talent. I think he's going to show flashes of brilliance. You're going to see it in Jacksonville, not as much as you would somewhere else, but you're going to see it in Jacksonville before the end of the year. Then I go Mac Jones because he's fighting it out with a washed-up Newton, and he's going to end up winning that starting job, and we've seen what that offense can do with a quarterback who can stand in the pocket and just deliver precise passes.
Yep.
He doesn't have to be very athletic.
No.
He just needs to deliver precise footballs. That's it. And then you get down to the bottom.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not that I don't see some talent there now, but I was not sold on him before the draft. I thought he was a bust, the same as you did. And I've seen a little bit to change my mind slightly and make me pause a little bit. But that Jets team I don't think is going to be very good this year.
Nope.
I just have to see more from him before I can move him up the rankings. Plain and simple. So that's my 5.
No, I think that's fair. That's a solid list. I mean, for whatever reason this year it's kind of tough because I don't think like a lot of these teams are actually playing like their starters. You know how they have in the past.
No, they're not. And even so, you would think past preseasons, right? It was 4 preseason games.
Yep.
In the 3rd preseason game, you saw the starters for about a half to 3/4.
Yep.
That was like the tune-up game. Then that 4th game was like all the grocery baggers that were playing that were not going to make the team. Now you're not seeing any starters play hardly anywhere.
No.
Like it's not like they're even playing that. I thought it would be the 2nd preseason game where you would see starters play more, and you saw maybe a few more play, and for a few more snaps. But for the most part, we're not going to see hardly any starters play compared to other years during this preseason. And I don't understand how you can go into a season without playing some of your starters at least a little bit.
You got to do it. I think you got to do it a little. At least pay him like a quarter.
Like get them
something, anything.
Like you can't rely on just practices, right?
And I understand it. Everybody's worried about getting their guys hurt, and that's obviously a real concern. And especially after last year, how it seemed like everybody got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's even more of a concern this year for teams. But I do agree with you, Joe, that at some point you gotta play them a little bit. But I know these teams, have a lot of money invested in these guys, so I get it.
I mean, I understand guys like even in Matt Stafford's case in L.A.
Yeah.
Don't you want him to get some in-game reps with his new team? I know you know what he can do.
Right.
But he hasn't played with your team at this point.
You have 0 reps at game speed
to
develop chemistry with any of your offense.
0.
That's, in my opinion, a terrible way to go about things. But
you and me both, man. I just don't understand it.
You're going to take a decent quarterback, and you're going to end up in the exact same situation you just left with Jared Goff because you had a talented quarterback, and he couldn't develop any chemistry because you had a revolving door of talent on that offense. You're just going to do the same thing again.
Yeah. So this brings me to another question I had for you guys, if you don't mind. I want to get into Justin Fields will start week 1. The odds of that right now are at plus 190. He starts week 1. What do you think?
No, I don't think he will.
No?
No.
I think with those fans already turning on Dalton, I don't see it being a good situation if he doesn't.
I think Matt Nagy's stubborn enough to start Dalton week 1.
I agree with that. I just don't know that it's the smartest thing he could do.
So with a plus 190, would you take that bet?
For plus 190? I might throw 10 on it. Yeah, I might throw 10 on that. I don't think it'll happen, but I mean, it's
Yeah, I wouldn't take it.
That's fair.
I'm leaning with you, Frank. I mean, for $10, obviously you're thinking, all right, $10 is $10.
Right.
But if I'm looking at just the odds plus 190, I don't think there's any way. I agree with you, Chris, when you say Matt Nagy's stubborn. Like he thinks he's smarter than everybody. He thinks he does everything right.
He's the smartest guy in the room.
He's one of those guys that, and I think he's just going to stick with the red rifle for a little while, even though Justin Fields has clearly showed that he needs to be on the field. No matter what that hit showed, he needs to be on the field, man. Like Andy Dalton is washed up at this point. He's done. He's not going to give you anything.
But he's got a visor now.
That's like
to put down.
That's like putting a silencer on the Red Ryder BB gun. You know what I mean, like
to put down my haterade of Justin Fields for a second.
Well, nobody could hate on him worse than we did before the preseason started. I mean, that's just true.
No,
before the draft.
I'm the one who's literally thrown this guy under the bus to lose to the Lions twice this year. I'm only giving him 4 wins, and 2 of them are going to be against Chicago, in my opinion.
Justin Fields will be the reason why Chicago beats Detroit later on in the season.
See, I think even with even Andy Dalton, then Chicago's not going to be that great of a team. I think Detroit will be better. But anyways, yes, I do. I think Detroit will be better than Chicago.
That's a bold statement. You're taking a team that went to the playoffs last year.
That's how much I don't like Justin Fields, and I think that situation is that bad because of it.
All right.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a bold
That's
statement.
why
that is a bold statement.
If you look at the top 5 I had, I had a top 4 because I wouldn't even put him on that list.
So you're saying that Detroit will have a better record at the end of the year than Chicago?
Bears. No, I will word this the most appropriate way I can. I think Detroit's offense will be better than Chicago's offense with Justin Fields. Then you're factoring in defense. Chicago's got much better defense.
So Chicago will end up with a better record than the Lions. That's what you're saying.
I'm not entirely sure what'll I'm not sure what Chicago's.
Can you get off the fence, please?
No, on this one I can't.
Make a definitive statement.
Fine. You want a definitive statement?
I do.
In the moment, Chicago probably end up with a better record.
All right.
Okay.
But I think Chicago's offense will not be as good as Detroit's offense, even though I don't think Detroit's offense is going to be that great.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you, but
you usually do.
We will when it comes to your thoughts on the Lions, yes. But when it comes down to it, we'll see. I wholeheartedly disagree. I believe even with Andy Dalton at quarterback, Chicago's offense will be better.
But to put my hatred aside of the guy, that hit does one of 2 things to a guy. It makes or breaks him. By being in and taking that hit, if it doesn't ruin his mentality going forward, it's just going to make him a better quarterback.
I actually agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. I absolutely agree with that.
Next up is Trey Lance. The odds on him starting week 1 are plus 250. What do you think, boys? Does he start week 1 or not?
No,
I don't think he will either.
We're all in lockstep on this one.
I think by week 8 he does start a game.
I'll say by week 5.
See, I say 6.
There you go.
And honestly, I think it's because Shanahan still has a lot of faith in Jimmy G.
Yeah, he does.
And he has a lot of faith in his team to be able to make up for the athleticism that Jimmy G doesn't have.
Right.
He thinks Jimmy G can make those throws and carry a team that is mainly going to run and play good defense.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he believes by putting the rookie in there, who is more of a innovator, more athletic ability, can create plays. He doesn't really want that right now. He wants Jimmy G to drop back in the pocket, hand the ball off, and dink and dunk passes for them to win games.
Yeah.
Now, I believe Trey Lance will start at a certain point. If Jimmy G gets hurt, obviously, they will put Trey Lance in there. And that's ultimately what I think will happen because Jimmy G has proven he can't stay healthy.
No, he can't.
And then also, if the team starts to falter in those first few weeks, and Jimmy G is missing some open receivers, or there's some blatant mistakes by him, I believe you'll see Trey Lance by week 6.
And I said, from the jump, that I didn't think he was going to start at all this year, but as one of you guys said, it's hard to pass up what he's doing in the preseason. So it's hard to.
That's exactly how I feel about
because
it.
even running with 2s or 3s, he's showing he belongs in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Like he belongs there.
And that year off that he took really didn't do any damage to his game.
Surprisingly.
He's looking like he still has exactly what he had in college.
Right.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yep. He looks like he did not miss a step, and he looks like he was working out the entire year pretty much and staying healthy and staying strong.
It's just 1 year of hits that he didn't have to take.
Right.
You know,
and that's just going to elongate your career.
Yep.
So,
yeah, good stuff. I absolutely believe that's what's going to happen with Trey Lance anyway.
That was a cute little moment you two just had. You just look at each other and both go, yeah, at the same time. You two, like, just been in sync lately.
You know who else is in sync?
Justin Timberlake?
No. Not anymore. But I like that. No.
There was so many things to say.
Jason
I know,
Jose,
right?
Joey
Yes.
Fatone.
No.
I don't know the other two guys' names.
Well, other than the band NSYNC, the Joe Wright Group is in sync. Whether you're buying or selling your home, now is the time to take advantage of having the expertise of 3 real estate agents for the price of 1 on your side. Make the right move and give Craig Joe Wright, Mike Bush, and Shane Wilson of the Joe Wright Group a call today at 248-535-4750.
Very nice.
Yes. Thank you for ruining my segue, Frank.
Not a problem. Glad I could help.
Hey.
You ask a question, man. You know
I
I'm going to
know.
give you an honest answer.
You know who else is in sync?
Justin Timberlake.
Fair enough. I should have seen that coming.
You really should.
I really should have seen that coming. Yeah.
As soon as you said it, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be Justin Timberlake. I knew there was a comment coming, and I knew for damn sure I wasn't going to be the one to say it. I learned my lesson a long time ago.
Yes, you did.
You say that, but you still play into it.
I did last
You
week.
did last week.
Because
You set me up.
It caught me off guard, and then I actually did kind of lob it over to him.
You
but-
set it up last week, for sure.
I will say I had a good one earlier, but we were still mid-topic.
Yeah.
So I had to just shelf it for a minute.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
It'll
At
be
some
all right.
point I will.
It'll be all right. So I want to stay in the NFL here, boys, and I want to talk about who is your sleeper Super Bowl pick. You've seen 2 preseason games. We're not going to see much out of the third one. So let's be honest. We don't have to wait. Who is the sleeper team that you've seen a little bit out of in the first few weeks here? Even out of their backups. Some coaching changes you may have seen that you think are going to pay off. Who's your sleeper Super Bowl pick?
You got one?
I do, and it's actually the graphic that's on the screen right now. And it's Washington.
Okay.
I truly believe
the team I'm picking to miss the playoffs, you
Yeah.
are picking to be the sleeper pick for the Super Bowl.
I'm very high on Washington this year. I think they take that division pretty easily, and they don't win it with a losing record this year. And I think Fitzmagic actually brings some magic to Washington, and I think him and McLaurin actually hook up nicely this year. They're going to be a good tandem. And with Antonio Gibson in the backfield, with that defense, with Chase Young, I think he might win Defensive Player of the Year. He's that good. I think that team is one of those teams that's my sleeper pick for the Super Bowl.
You actually
They have a shot.
You actually took mine, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know it's fine. That's who I was going to say. So I'll go another route. I will say the Rams, and if for no other reason, just to give a massive gut punch to the Lions fan base. I want to see it so fucking bad.
You look like you just took a gut punch over there.
I want to see it so fucking bad.
I have a response, but I don't want to get into an argument.
Lions fans will absolutely lose their shit if they end up winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
With Matt Stafford as the starting
Frank,
quarterback.
say something, because arguments on here are great for radio.
Have you never watched Stafford play?
I have watched Stafford play.
I don't think he's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. He's talented.
Yeah.
He's more talented than we saw in Detroit, but he is not a Super Bowl quarterback. He is missing the one thing that every Super Bowl quarterback, in my opinion, has had.
Leadership?
Leadership. 2 things. Leadership and fire. He has 0 fire to his game.
Okay, let me just combat that with one thing. I don't want this to become 2-on-1 here, but let me just combat that with one thing.
Anytime it comes to the Lions, it is 2-on-1. That's the way it works here.
Well, this isn't really about the Lions for me. This is about Matt Stafford, and I haven't really stuck up for him over the years.
Right.
But I will stick up
There's
for
not
him
much
in
to
this
stand
case.
up for.
No, but in this case, I will say he's better than you've seen in Detroit, and the Rams went to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, who is clearly a couple steps down from Matt Stafford. Jared Goff is not a fiery leader either.
No, he's not.
So.
But it's funny because going to that practice, I saw more out of him in that one practice than I saw out of Stafford for the 10 years he was here.
Oh, at the backyard barbecue for
the backyard
for
bonfire.
Yeah,
where we were making hot dogs and s'mores and shit. Yeah, with the knee biter guy. I saw more leadership out of Goff than I saw in Stafford his entire career.
Now, I still maintain, had Goff been the quarterback for that Rams-Patriots Super Bowl, the Rams win that Super Bowl. 100%. I believe they win that Super Bowl. So that just kind of disproves your point right there.
Wait, wasn't he the quarterback for the Super Bowl?
No, if Stafford was the quarterback for that.
Stafford.
Yes,
you said Goff.
If Stafford was the quarterback.
He has no leadership and no fire, and I've never seen a quarterback win without those two intangibles.
That's a very solid point, Chris. I really hadn't even thought about that one.
What's up?
That if you switch those two quarterbacks, Stafford on that Super Bowl team, because I never really thought about that because Stafford's there now. Wasn't on that team.
Right.
Would they have won that Super Bowl?
I think they would have. I absolutely think they would have.
That's tough. It was a really close game. I think there's a possibility.
That was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever watched.
It was bad. It was very bad.
I was gonna say I can't even.
It was a horrible game.
Like even that thought process is something I've never thought of.
I watched that Super Bowl from home, and I watch a lot of them from home because I'm just more comfortable watching games there. But I believe I was gonna go out that night. Wasn't it a really bad storm that night here?
It was.
I think it was a bad winter storm.
Yeah, I think bad
snowstorm. Yeah, it was a bad snowstorm, and
I think toward the end of the game, it started getting bad. Yeah.
Well, it was because that really, I think that changed my mind. I was going to go out and watch that game, and I decided not to because it was supposed to storm really badly. Yeah. That was and I was glad I didn't go out to watch it because it was such a bad game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure now that we're talking about it, I ended up getting stuck in the snow because I had just gotten a new vehicle that was only 2-wheel drive. Yeah, now we're talking about it, and I remember exactly what it is. But the team itself, no, I've never even thought about that. So that's.
But I also think going to LA, like a new fresh start, whatever, I think will reignite whatever he has inside to actually prove haters such as yourself wrong.
And to argue that point, the hater point, I'm not a hater. I mean, I was wearing the guy's fucking jersey 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
just because it was $25. Like I do like the guy.
Right.
There's just parts of his game that aren't there.
That's right.
And I've never seen the fire and the passion, and I have never actually since he was young, I have not seen that fire. You go back to the Cleveland game, there's nothing but fire coming out of that.
It is funny that you say that, but yet I see every one of his teammates that have played with him has the exact opposite opinion, has the same opposite of everything you just said.
But I've watched this dude every day of his career for the most part, and I've never seen it.
All right.
Like I've just the passion doesn't seem to be there.
Well, and
maybe he has a different way of showing it than most people do.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
To me, I'm with you on questioning the leadership portion of it because
there is nothing to question. It doesn't exist.
If he truly was a leader, truly had fire, he would have stepped up more and spoke up more on that franchise and done more. He just kind of sat back and let it happen. It just kind of was like, all right, well, I'm going to collect my money and I'm just going to keep going out here and throwing the football around.
He'd go and throw the football and he'd come back to the bench and he'd sit there and he'd go over shit with coaches and do what every other quarterback does. But I'd never see him really go over to his O-line and be like, come on.
And everybody gives Aaron Rodgers shit for it. But I like that attribute as a quarterback in the NFL is he'll yell at his players on the field and be like, come on, get your head in the game or something. And don't be wrong, you shouldn't berate your players all the time, but I mean that's
once in a while you need to.
That is a fire within that man. That is he wants to win and he wants to win badly every game and he's gonna let you know it. And to me, that's kind of what you need out of a quarterback.
This isn't baseball where you have to be on fire for 162 games. This is 16 games. If you can't be pumped up for 16 straight weeks to make it to the postseason and then do another 4 weeks, what are you playing for? And that's the question I've had about Stafford for years. Let me see that. Now, maybe you're right. Maybe by going to L.A., that all changes. But on paper right now, if I'm taking the quarterback that left the Lions last year, no.
That's fair. But that's why they're called sleepers.
Right. Yeah, and that's entirely true.
So who's your sleeper pick? Before we get too far off topic.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I really haven't had the chance to watch that much football to say these guys are sleepers, these guys aren't sleepers. Like I've been able to watch replays, so I've got to watch certain plays happen, but I haven't got to watch the game in its entirety. But the name that I had mentioned last week, I think Dallas is going to be something to be reckoned with. And even with the article that you sent or Chris sent? One of you guys sent an article about Dak still not being healthy.
Yeah,
he's probably not going to be healthy his entire season.
Yeah, they're pretty much saying he's not going to be 100% recovered from the injury until next year.
And if that's the actual case, then this is way wrong. But if he can be healthy and he can play the way that Dak plays, I see them making a much deeper run than people give them credit for.
And I do have one more, and this one's going to shock you.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts.
I like that one, and they would, if it wasn't for me liking Washington so much this year with with Fitzpatrick. Wentz would
2 injuries kept me from that team.
The
obvious 2.
Wentz is looking like he's going to be back.
Outside of those 2,
right.
I agree with
and
you
that's
wholeheartedly.
That's the biggest what if for that. If that dude can even return to a semblance of what he was in Philadelphia,
and Frank Reich's the guy to do it,
right? Then that team can make an absolute run.
Yep.
I personally don't believe he will, and I said this.
So the recent injury now has me questioning, but I heard news, I believe today, that he's back practicing and he's on pace to start week 1.
But like we talked about earlier with foot injuries, that's huge, especially for a quarterback.
Yeah,
it is.
That's huge. That's not a great injury to have.
Mobility is also not a huge part of his game.
Well, it was originally.
It was originally, but it hasn't been in a few years now.
And you've seen,
and that's part of why his game has dropped off, because after those injuries, he just wasn't the same,
Right.
and then his confidence just got knocked down.
I was going to say, he also had a coach basically telling him he was absolute garbage. It sounds like.
True. Well, and he had a coach setting him up to be garbage too. In my opinion, I know Chris, you differ on that one.
Yeah.
I think it was more Philly than it was him, and you think it was more him than it was Philly.
Yeah.
None of us disagree that Philly was garbage there for a little while, but I believe he returns to prominence if this injury doesn't hold him up. I'm questioning the injury now, and it might hold him up. And in that case, I told you guys before, I'll have to be the one to back off and say, listen, I can't keep beating that drum.
I mean, you saw that with the other injuries, how it just kind of derailed his career, and then you add like a foot injury, especially for a quarterback. On top of that, dude, I don't see how you just all of a sudden gain the confidence to be a stud quarterback again.
If he comes back and he is,
100%.
I agree with what you said 100%.
By some,
that's a scary team.
If by some way he can do that, okay, then that's a scary team. That's definitely a team to be reckoned with, 100%.
Speaking of injuries, so here's a topic that's not sports related, but you guys brought it up to me yesterday.
Oh yeah,
and that is this milk crate challenge.
Before you go into this, how in the fuck are these motherfuckers getting milk crates? Like
I don't know. Snoop asked that the other day.
It's crazy. Like how are these guys getting all these milk crates?
Did you see that video? Like Snoop asked that exact question.
That one I did not.
And I thought it was the greatest question in the world.
Where are all these milk crates coming from?
Like 70 of these fucking milk crates just to do this.
Right.
And I don't know of any store that has that many.
I don't. You're right. I don't know where they're getting the milk crates from. 2, where the fuck did this come from? Because you guys brought it up to me yesterday, and I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. But in reality, I also took care of a sick toddler for the entire weekend, so I was kind of out of the loop.
Yeah, we don't have one of those, so we can watch these.
Well, and
stupid
I didn't
videos.
like I really didn't log into I didn't log on the internet much. I wasn't doing much of that social media stuff. And you guys brought it to me. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I stumbled into it on Instagram.
Yeah. Plus, this is very big on Instagram, which I know you're not on.
I'm not. No.
But it was Snoop just kept posting them, and I'm watching this going, the fuck is this?
Yeah, I laid there for like 3 hours.
And
and
I just watched people just climb up these milk crates and just fall and basically break stuff.
And some of them I expected to go absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
and they went great.
Right.
And some of them I was like, this dude's got it. And
nope,
he did not have
it.
So after you guys said that, my question to you was, hey, would it be worth? Because I still hadn't looked it up yet. I said, would it be worth it to put together some of these videos for the show? And you both were a resounding yes.
Yeah.
So here we go.
You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, #1, bona fide first class. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. And you'll be one all your dumbass life. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass.
This is my favorite one.
Oh, yeah.
The guy, he's just wobbling at the top.
And you're just anticipating how poor this is going. There it goes.
Oh, face plant. Face plant.
Your dumbass life. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, #1, bona fide first
These
class.
are so
You're
bad.
a dumbass.
This challenge is kind of like when your mom says to you, if your friends told you to jump
fast, yeah.
All your dumbass lies.
Seriously.
You dumbass.
This challenge is like when your mom says to you, "Oh, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it?" That's kind of I feel like what this is like. Like, would you walk up a bunch of crates and try to climb down them? Fuck no, I wouldn't do that.
I would do it up to like 3 crates.
I'm like, this is just
Like I like the sturdiness of the 3 crates.
Right.
Anything after that, no.
Like, I'm watching this going, this might be some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life, but I'm absolutely here for the agony of defeat, 100%.
Oh, listen, I'll watch those all day because they're funny as hell. And the one person with the purple shirt in that video,
Yeah, right.
I don't know if you saw that. If you watch it later on, the person in the purple shirt, that looks like Matthew McConaughey in like the movie he played where he had AIDS or whatever it was.
Oh, Dallas
Dallas
Buyers
Buyers
Club.
Like I was,
Yeah.
when I first saw that,
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie. And when I first saw that, I was like, why is Matthew McConaughey from Dallas Buyers Club standing on crates? What the hell's going on here?
Like, some of these challenges, you're just like, who the fuck comes up with this shit?
No, I will say, in my opinion, this is better than like Tide Pods. Like Tide Pods was just straight up stupid, not going to end well for anyone. This one ends well for like 1 out of 50 people.
I've seen a couple where they actually did do it.
Yeah.
They actually walked
Yeah,
across
And
the whole
it's
thing.
not exciting whatsoever.
It's
to
absolutely
watch them
not.
do it.
No.
It's not.
It's the most disappointing type of video,
Yeah.
I believe, on the internet.
Yeah,
right now.
the
no, I
the
wanted-
exciting part is watching everybody just spill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to see you eat it, man. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see.
That's all anybody wants.
Like
to see.
I'm not impressed if you actually make it all the way over
No.
it. I'm impressed if you land on your head and don't die. That's impressive.
I'm actually booing you if you make it
Right.
all the way through.
But like the big dude who was on the top,
That was
one
the best
That
one.
was just shake. Like
That was the best one.
Like, dude.
speaking on behalf of big dudes worldwide,
What are you doing?
we know these type of things aren't for us. They're just not. And I'm looking into the camera on this one, speaking to the rest of you at home.
These
Like,
things aren't for
like
us.
don't, just don't do it. You're gonna end up being a dumbass on video. That's all you are.
You're gonna end up being the dumbass
Right.
behind a dumbass song on Sports on Tap Detroit.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's funny.
That's it. These things aren't for us.
No,
They're not.
They're not. They're not.
Oh,
I just love it when you see the guy at the top, you see the thing wobbling and wobble.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, come on, do it.
But see, what the normal person's thinking at that point is like fall. What I'm thinking, sympathizing with this man because he's a larger individual,
Yeah.
I'm going, why? You know better. Why did you do this?
looking at him on the top.
Because it's on IG, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of things are on IG.
Looking at him on the top milk crate on the top.
Oh,
one,
he regretted
and-
his decision as soon as he
yeah.
got up
Like,
there.
he started shaking so
Yeah.
bad, and I'm just watching this going, you're at the point of no return now,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
Like there's no way to go but down. Sorry, bro. Like this is gonna end badly, and I'm here to watch it.
And I don't feel bad for you one bit.
No, neither do I. You put yourself on the top, you deserve to fall.
I do not feel bad for you one bit.
Yeah.
So-
you put yourself there.
The majority of these videos definitely have not disappointed.
You know what? Has not disappointed at all.
No, tell me more.
Fucking hurt myself.
You hurt yourself?
Laughing.
You really are getting old.
Oh, I am. Wow.
But if you're looking to refinance or even consolidate debt, there's no better time than right now. Give my guy Jason Stillner at Flagstar Bank a call. It's 248-752-3631. Rates are incredibly low, so don't miss out on this great opportunity. And then mention this ad from Sports on Tap and how Joe hurt himself, and you will get hooked up with $500 off. So give Stillner a call from Flagstar Bank. Phone number once again, 248-752-3631. Flagstar Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Well done, sir. Good job, buddy.
Well, you guys throw me back into it last week with like 2 sentences. This one I've got a half a page to read.
No, that was actually really well done.
That was well done.
that was actually really good, Frank.
that was much more
Smooth
and generic.
Yes.
Generic, what I strive to be.
No, I mean it wasn't so much, you know.
That was the most okayest read ever.
I mean,
Only led in by the most okayest segue.
I mean, like generic conversation, as opposed to I'm reading something. It came across as more
Well
talking.
played, sir. Well done.
Sweet.
It was good.
Nicely done.
Back to
Did a good
sports.
job.
Nicely done. Good job, buddy.
By the way, thank you for answering the question.
You got it, man.
God.
See, this is how it works. You answer those questions, you feel better when you do the read.
I learned
and
a
it
long
comes
time
out
ago
better.
not to answer those
Yeah,
hypothetical questions.
You don't.
I don't. I refuse to.
I just saw a perfect opportunity, so I took it.
That's how you do it. That's yes. They can't all be winners, but yes, most of the
This
time,
guy
yes.
telling me this shit like I wasn't the one doing the good segues before.
You were absolutely.
know.
You got to find that right moment, and then slide in. Beautiful.
Quebec, go ahead.
Jesus. Oh, good Lord.
Sorry.
You okay? You good to continue?
I'm good. Yeah, I pulled a muscle laughing there. But I started to laugh so hard I needed to pull away from the microphone. I couldn't laugh right at the microphone. As I pulled away, the laughter came out, and I actually pulled a muscle. Kind of sucks getting old. But shit happens.
Legitimately.
So, yeah.
There's jokes to be made there, but I can't.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
I can't think of any good ones right now. I mean, I think of a lot of good ones, but I don't know which one's the best.
It's like watching a bunch of retards trying to fuck a doorknob.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I added some more drops, and I just saw a chance to play them.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
What's next, boys?
I gotta grind my gears.
You gotta grind my gears.
I do.
I was going to say,
really grinds my gears.
go for it.
So, I was watching the show Chopped on Food Network the other day, and this person, the whole premise of the show is you get 4 ingredients in a basket, and you're supposed to use them all in your dish.
Right.
Right? And this one person didn't use one of the ingredients, and they went to the judging stage of it, and that person didn't get chopped. Like, the premise of the show is to use all of your ingredients in the basket, and you don't get chopped. That makes no fucking sense to me. Like, you should immediately get chopped if you don't use all the ingredients in the basket. I don't care how shitty the other contestants' food tastes. If they used all the ingredients,
They followed the rules.
they followed the rules. If you use all the ingredients, you should be able to say. If you don't use all the ingredients, go. I don't care if 2 contestants on that show in the same round didn't use all the ingredients. Both of them should go. Like, it's just kind of dumb. Like, don't make the rules like that then. If you're gonna keep one of the contestants for blatantly breaking the rules.
Well, to me, if in that scenario, if 2 people do it, then in that case, the best tasting dish then moves on. But if no matter what, if
I
you're,
say fucking
if
cut 'em
you're-
both.
If you're the only one in that group that didn't use all the ingredients, I agree with you. I've actually had this conversation before watching that show. If you don't use all the ingredients, why is somebody else getting chopped?
Right. That's ridiculous.
It doesn't
Like,
matter how good it tastes. You didn't follow the fucking rules.
If I was the one that getting chopped, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'd be real pissed.
I'm like, so let me get this straight. They didn't use all their ingredients, but I'm getting chopped? That isn't fair.
No.
That's not how this game is set up. Like, from my understanding, the rules are you have to use all your basket ingredients.
Yep.
So now, just because my dish tasted like shit,
So
No,
So
does
rules-
it
I
say,
get bounced?
does it say in the rules you have to use all the ingredients?
Yes,
in your basket?
that's the
Or
premise
you
of the
can
show.
Only
no,
use
you
the
have to
ingredients in
use
your
all the
basket.
ingredients in
Yeah,
your
okay.
basket. You have to incorporate them
Then
somehow.
yeah, if that's clearly in the rules, it's clearly in the rules.
Wait a second. We're coming to another issue here. You've never seen Chopped?
No.
You
The
should
fuck
watch
is
it.
wrong with you?
It's a good show. I think you'd dig it.
Do we have time?
Well,
Like, there's
I
a
mean-
long list of things.
We might be here all night.
let me narrow it down. With not watching Chopped, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Diners,
such a-
drive-ins, and dives. If I'm watching Food Network, that's the only thing I watch.
I love that show.
That might be the one show on that network I don't fucking watch.
I know you hate.
We know
Guy
because
Fieri.
you have such a hatred for Guy Fieri.
Because I think his television personality is incredibly fake. That's why I don't like him. Like I've heard in like real life whatever. Here's a really great dude. He does a lot of humanitarian work and shit like that. But like his TV personality irritates the fuck out of me. Because I think it's incredibly fake. But I don't know.
Spiked hair, blonde tips. Where's the fucking?
You know what? The
visor?
thing is, it's not even the hair that bothers
He's
me.
like straight out of 2012.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
even like 2003.
Yeah, like it's not even like the
Him
soul
and Fred
patch.
Durst were best friends.
Yeah,
for
real.
Like it's not the soul patch. It's not the bleached hair or anything like that. It just I don't know. His personality just irritates me.
Okay.
But
Frank, you had one?
You know what really grinds my gears?
We are now post-COVID. I understand that their variants and shit are still going on and all that, but we are making an effort to get back into a normal world. And in a normal world, there are people who work night shift, and those people do need to eat occasionally. And there are no restaurants that are open past like 9 o'clock.
At the latest, like 11.
Yeah, at the absolute latest, and that's like your Taco Bells and shit.
Well, and we even talked about this before the show. Him and I sometimes leave here after 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And if we need to pick up for some food on the way
like
home,
last week.
There's nothing open.
We had a little discussion we had to have after the show. We left. It was a little bit after 9, closer to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was.
There wasn't shit open.
It's always open.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. You're right. But that's not on my way home.
I know.
See,
Yeah,
I start driving and I
we
think,
have to go the other way to go there.
I know. Yes. I get it.
And unlike the two of you, we've gone over this over past episodes. Tailway isn't something that comes to my mind like it comes to your guys.
It's going to now.
It does.
I have had it, and it is delicious, and I would absolutely go again.
I actually picked it up one week on my way here,
Yeah.
just because I had a little extra time. But
Right.
I wouldn't have thought about it on my way home. On my way home, I'm usually like, I want to get home.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So on my way home, I'm going to pick up food, and there's fucking nothing open.
There isn't.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, McDonald's doesn't count as food.
No.
It just doesn't.
No, and I'm not one of those. I don't want Taco Bell. I'm sorry. I
I
don't.
can do Taco Bell like once a month. I'm fine with it, but it's
I haven't
not.
I haven't had Taco Bell in so long, but it's not something that comes to mind where I'm like, I'm hungry. It's the end of the night. I need something to eat for dinner.
Yeah.
On my way home. I just don't want to get Taco Bell. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Taco Bell is like the first day I'm off of work. I go, I could have Taco Bell because if my stomach's fucked up tomorrow, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
Like, that's when I want Taco Bell. I don't want it when I'm starting my work week, and then tomorrow I go back to work, and it's like, I'm gonna feel shitty.
And you're
all
right.
day.
Like, what the fuck are night shift people supposed to do? Like, that's kind of messed up, man. Like,
Dude,
that's
even-
like you have no options.
Even at work, there's a food delivery service that comes in and caters different lunches.
Yeah.
They come in at like 7, and they're gone by 9 o'clock. 9:30 is our lunch.
Oh, is that right?
They're gone before we even
They can't
go
even
to
sit till
lunch.
10?
Yeah, they don't even stay.
Man.
Oh, we have a complaint.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
What is wrong with Taco Bell? It is amazing.
I wouldn't go so far as to say fake Mexican food is amazing.
Yeah, I definitely
Don't get
wouldn't
me
say
wrong.
amazing.
I love Taco Bell significantly more than you boys do, and I eat it a decent amount at work.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's one of the only things close to.
I was
going to
say location matters.
It does, and it honestly doesn't mess with my stomach, maybe like it does your guys's. But I wouldn't necessarily call it amazing. I wouldn't.
It was amazing until I was like 25.
It's sufficient.
Yeah.
But yes.
Now
I
it's
think,
no
honestly,
longer
I think
amazing.
Del Taco's better. I do.
I agree with you there. Del Taco is better, and to me, it tastes less processed.
Yep.
It's less fast foody.
Yep.
We're also more east side, though, and there's not as many Del Tacos.
There isn't, and the only one that was it was actually kind of close to my house at 23 Mile.
They
is
closed it
they
down.
closed it.
Right.
Yeah,
it
I
closed
got the
during
one on
COVID.
Gratiot that's still there.
There's only
but-
two over on this side of town. There's one at 12 in the Quinter and one at 6 or 14 in Crooks. Like those are the only two I got. So I mean, they're not. It's
one more than- well, two more than he has, one more than I got.
They're not all over the place. I understand
Right.
that, but I do believe it is better than Taco Bell. Yes.
But like, even if I'm looking for like a Five Guys burger, I can't get that. Nothing's open
Nothing's
late
open.
anymore.
Nope.
So yeah, that is my grandma gears.
That's a good one.
I actually have one.
You know what really grinds my gears?
And this is also food related, so it's just kind of ironic that we have food related topics
That it
tonight
is.
for Grind My Gears.
Yes.
My issue is with vegans and vegetarians.
Oh, nice.
I have a problem with the fact that you want to push what you adopted into your life on other people. It's great for you. I'm happy for you, and you make your choices. It's the way I live my life. You make your choice, I'll make mine. That's the way it should end, right? Mm-hmm. That's the way it should be with everybody. But instead, you try and inflict your choices and push your choices on everybody else, which to me is just fucking stupid. And again, I literally had this comment said to me about I was going to get chicken. And it was said to me that, do you know how those chickens were brutally killed? No, I don't, and I don't care, because I don't want to eat a chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken that died of old age. So I'm okay with them killing the chickens for me to eat them. I don't doesn't cross my mind. I don't want to eat a chicken that died of old age.
It's like the person who asks you, "Do you know what's in a hot dog?" No, and I don't give a shit.
And apparently, those will take like 30 minutes off your life for everyone you eat.
Apparently,
I don't know.
that was I saw that too.
So Phil Kessel might die like tomorrow.
Phil Kessel should have died 20 years ago.
Like
what about Joey Chestnut?
I say Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi. They should already be dead.
Oh, we also got another text here that it is telling us that Chris loves Taco Bell so much that he has actually become immune to it hurting his stomach.
Oh.
I've eaten it so much that might be the case. Yeah. I could probably vouch for that.
Your stomach is now like
Kevlar. Like honestly, like people always talk about how if I eat Taco Bell I'm gonna feel like shit. I'm gonna be on the toilet all day the next day. No, that doesn't happen with me. It doesn't.
See, and it doesn't happen to me either. It's just Taco Bell is good. I just can't eat it all the time because
it's not real meat.
I enjoy it once in a while,
Yeah.
and then that's it. Like, it's got to be it for me. But I'm also not a huge fast food person all the time anyway.
No, neither am I.
But it does kind of affect my stomach a little bit. My stomach isn't Kevlar like yours, and I wouldn't say I end up on the shitter all day the next day or anything. But
That's Wendy's for me.
Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Really?
Yep. Their breakfast, fine. The normal
I've
food,
actually never had Wendy's breakfast.
delicious. But the normal food, every fucking time I eat it, never fails.
See, for me, it's McDonald's. McDonald's does that to me.
Yeah.
For some reason, I get an upset stomach that night.
Yep.
If I eat McDonald's, like other than their chicken nuggets, which Raylan loves.
Of course.
I think every child loves
every
McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Um,
Congratulations on having a normal child.
Yeah, right?
Well, that wasn't really in the cards, man. I'm happy I have a normal child. Have you seen me?
I mean, we're looking at you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were the odds I was going to have a normal kid?
We're just glad she's not bald.
Aren't we all?
Right.
But no, so like if I get any of their burgers, especially a Big Mac. Last time I had a Big Mac, it just tore me to pieces, bro. It was bad.
Like that is literally every time I eat Wendy's. Never fails, except their breakfast. The breakfast doesn't do that to me. But
we did have a few messages here that
Nice.
I didn't see. So sorry about that. Joe Eberhard said, "Sorry, missed most of the show. Going to rewatch it though. He's looking forward to our opinions on college football as the season starts and goes on."
yeah, it's starting. I think it's coming up this weekend. It's
Yep.
starting.
It is.
Yeah.
So Joe, you're gonna be disappointed we didn't talk any college today, but we will talk a lot more college football coming up. We're gonna
Yep.
be talking a lot more NFL coming up. That's gonna be mostly what happens on our shows is
Yeah.
college and NFL talk. So
Yep.
we'll be doing that. And then yes, Raylan is feeling better now, so thank you for that.
Thank you
yeah.
for the text, guys. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Let's also make fun of you guys for watching Chopped. You left that one out.
Well,
It says I agree, but you guys watch Chopped with a little upside down smiley face.
Yeah.
I didn't see the upside down smiley face.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah, we watch Chops. So what? Well,
Don't know.
Yeah, I didn't read that one because I didn't know. I wasn't sure how to take that one.
I take that as him making fun of you guys.
See, I don't.
And defending me.
I don't because I know
I
Joe.
don't
I know
watch
Joe, and I believe he is a person that watches shows on the Food Network, and I think he does watch.
Okay.
Chopped. I think he does.
Well, Joe, if you are still with us right now, I know it says that you missed some of the show, but if you're still with us, let us know.
Yes.
What exactly do you mean? Are you Team Frank or Team Joe on this?
Yes. Yes. Hey, Uncle Joe, are you Team Joe or Team Frank?
Going back to your grind my gears, and I 1,000% agree with you on this. But it's kind of like CrossFitters, and they do the same shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you got to. How are you gonna get gains, bro? Like, you got to get in. No, I don't. It's like, congrats, you're the best at exercising. Awesome. Like, I play real sports. Fuck off. Like, get the fuck. Like, I don't stop pushing your fucking getting up at 5 a.m. going to fucking work out, lifting tires and all this shit. I don't care.
Well, to me, no matter what it is, I like. You can say that
Yeah.
for everything. No matter what it is
Yeah.
that you've adopted in your life,
Yeah.
stop trying to push it on everybody else. Nobody cares.
It's like religion.
Nobody cares. Yeah,
That's the
it's,
worst.
It's religion,
Oh, good
your
Lord.
diet that you're on,
Yep.
your
Politics.
exercise fad,
Yep.
politics. Like, just stop.
The whole fucking thing.
Not everybody has to think like you.
Nope.
It's okay that you think like you, but I don't have to, and you don't have to, and you don't have to.
And
It's the way it works.
And especially you're seeing it now just in culture, period. In
Yeah.
our country,
Yeah.
just in general. It's like that with obviously religion and politics. It's like either you're on this side or that side, which is just absolute nonsense. Think for yourself. Simple as that. Think
Yeah.
for yourself.
Where the fuck did this come from?
Think for yourself.
Probably
and-
because it's been 90 degrees and humid all day. That
Well,
might.
think for yourself and be okay with other people thinking for themselves.
Exactly.
Just because they don't think like you do doesn't make them wrong.
Yes.
Like, I speak for all three of us in this room. It's a damn good thing there's probably not many people who think like us. Like, I don't want another person who thinks like me, or another person who thinks like Joe, or another person who thinks like Chris.
But in this scenario, I wish they did. I wish they thought like us, and we're like, because we have some very differing opinions in this room.
And that's the thing.
But I'm saying, like,
that's the thing.
But we're okay with that.
Yes. And that's
the
where
problem.
it's different.
That's the problem. Just because my opinion's different than yours doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean I dislike you.
And it doesn't mean either one of us are wrong.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Yes.
That's the number one point.
Yes. Like, yeah.
My opinion is my opinion. Yours is yours. Yours is yours.
And most opinions are
None of us are right.
Right.
None of us are wrong.
And most opinions are not fact-based.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly it, Frank. It's like, okay.
That's why earlier when you said the 2-on-1 thing when we were talking Lions, I don't take it. That doesn't bother me because it's 2-on-1. It's two people who happen to share an opinion on something talking to somebody else who doesn't. That's all it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, no, I guess that's a kind of like an offshoot to grind my gears with that one. But
right.
Yeah. But, that's I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so we did get an answer. He said it just surprised him that we actually watched Chopped.
Absolutely.
He said he loves cooking and have watched it, but it's not his favorite.
That's fair.
He loves guys shows though.
Joe, what is your favorite? If you want to text us back, what is your favorite?
We'd like to hear what your favorite show on the Food Network is.
Is it Beat Bobby Flay?
You do love guys shows. What you said. I'm a huge fan of Guy Fieri shows too. I like Diners, Drive-Ins, Dives, Guys Grocery Games.
I don't hate Guys Grocery Games just because of the judges on there. That I don't mind, but the Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives I can't stand.
I have trouble watching Beat Bobby Flay because I don't like Bobby Flay, same as you don't like Guy Fieri.
That's fair.
But I only watch it so I can see
No,
him
you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what ruined Bobby Flay for me? Entourage.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Oh,
he does like
He said he does like Beat Bobby Flay.
There you go.
Yep. Which I watch it just to see him get beat because I see I'm like you.
Yeah.
I'm like you are with Guy. I'm the same way with Bobby Flay. Is I believe his personality is fake and he's behind the scenes kind of a douchebag.
That's what I've heard.
So
he's
to me, he's fake, and I just don't like that.
But that's what I like about that is the judges that go on the show because like they're just giving him shit like the entire episode.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
That is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But now that you guys hype up Chop so much and that Joe does also enjoy it, maybe tonight when I go home, I'll give an episode or two a chance.
I think it is.
I think you would enjoy it.
I think Tuesdays Chop's on like all night.
Okay.
On Tuesdays.
Well, I think Food Network now streams on Discovery
They do.
Plus.
Yep. Yeah.
And
it does.
Discovery Plus might be my favorite app out there.
There's
right
like a
now,
Chopped
so.
Sweets edition too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not seen that one yet.
Yep.
I'm not a sweets person.
Neither am I.
I prefer the regular cooking to the sweets.
I'm not until I am. If I'm in a mood for sweets, I'm full steam ahead on
1,000% in
But
agreement
the
with you.
second
on
I end that,
But see,
I could not have another one for 2 years if I don't think about it.
See, I like to cook, so I don't really like to bake or make sweets. So I enjoy the shows where I get some ideas, right? I like cooking and I like watching that, and I get hungry and I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to try that next time. I just would never watch a sweets cooking show or a baking show. I don't watch any of those because I'm not a baker. I just don't like doing that shit.
No, and like Frank just said, like I'm not a sweets guy, but there's every once in a great while I'll get that sweet tooth, and I will just go crazy on like
right
sweet
now,
stuff. Yeah,
anything that has peanut butter,
and then
in it,
I probably
I'm full steam ahead.
And then I probably won't eat anything sweet for like another 2 years.
Yep.
Oh, and Joe said, and he likes Sports on Tap, and then he said, "You're welcome." So
thanks, buddy.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate anybody who loves our show, likes our show.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you listening. 100%.
See, that's somebody who looks out for you. Not to interrupt your outro here. I just got a text from my mother. She knew that I wasn't going to be able to eat tonight, so she picked up pizza, knowing that we wouldn't be able to grab something on the way home.
Nice.
That's why I love my mother.
Nice. That's
Look
awesome.
at that.
Good for you, buddy.
No, and you didn't ruin my outro because we haven't even done Cameo Shit Show yet.
Oh, shit.
I've heard this is a good one. I don't even know what it is.
Yep.
Do it.
Cameo Shit Show, and Frank will enjoy this one.
All right. Now I'm
Hi,
all ears.
Christian. How you doing? Your dad, Brandon, want me to give you a little bit of tips about hitting. I know you are on a traveling team, and your hitting coach is trying to teach you how to do things right so you can hit. So the most important thing that you got to keep in mind is your hands have to stay close to your body, never away from your body. So when your hands are close to your body and you load up, remember, the closer you keep your hands to your body, the better it's gonna be for you to stay inside the baseball. So it doesn't matter if the pitch is in the middle, or away. If your hands are close to your body, you're gonna be inside of it.
Yeah, your hands supposed to be close to your body?
It's gonna be better
I'm
than
curious.
if you keep your hands away. Once you keep your hands away from your body, all you're gonna be able to do is roll over, and you don't want that.
All you gotta do is roll over.
Load up.
No,
keep
you don't
your
want to
hands
roll
close
over.
to your body.
That's what you just said.
No,
Stay
he said,
inside of it.
he said all you're
so
gonna
you
do
can
is
get
roll
a good
over.
result.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything, Brandon. My pleasure, and Christian. Good luck with everything, buddy.
I have a baseball game tomorrow night. I'm going to take that advice to heart.
Keep your hands close
Keep
to
your
the
hands
body.
close to the body.
We will both text you
Which-
tomorrow and remind you before the game.
Which is
Hands close to the body.
which is great hitting advice. I mean,
It is.
you still play. I play. It's yeah. If you extend,
Yep.
you're going to end up rolling the bat over, and you're going to end up either missing
gonna be
completely
a
or you're going to
ground
hit a ground ball.
Yep.
So yeah, you don't want to roll the bat over. Keep your hands in close, and make contact with the ball.
So I'm going to think about tomorrow. Keep your hands close to your body. Leading up to my game.
So are you supposed
So I
to keep your
remember-
hands close to the body?
That's what I've been told by Poppy.
I have heard that you're supposed to keep your hands close to the body.
by Big Poppy.
and here's another one from Joe. He says he loves when Bobby gets beat. That's why he watches the show. Yes,
It's
I
great.
agree with you
I love-
100%.
I love when he gets beat. It's fantastic.
100%.
I love when Michael Simon's on the show, and
Yeah.
him and Sonny give him so much shit.
No, I'm a
It's
fan of
funny.
Michael Simon.
So am I. Yes,
Yeah.
I am with you on that one, even though he is from Ohio. But
yeah, it's all right. I can forgive that.
but yeah, he goes
I
after.
don't think you get to do the whole hate on Ohio thing anymore. You're
yeah.
willingly a Browns fan.
No, I do get to do that.
Yeah.
I do get to just because I like a team from that state doesn't mean I'm okay with the state. I'm okay with my family that lives in the state. Other than that, no.
Fair enough.
Ohio has brought me nothing but some family members and the Browns.
So you have two positives from Ohio.
I do have two positives.
That
from
tops the none between Chris and I.
No, I got Yingling. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even though it comes from Pennsylvania, but it's sold in Ohio.
Yeah.
So
I hate Ohio so much I can't even think of a Blue Jackets player I sort of like.
I'm
That's
getting
rough.
since I got my season ticket package the other day, and I think there's like 2 or 3 Blue Jackets teams on there. Getting rid of all 3 of them. I don't fucking want these. Kidding me?
I mean, if you are looking at getting rid of them,
You want the Blue Jackets
give
ones?
me a shout. Like if it's a night I can go, I'll definitely buy them all.
I think one of them is a preseason game.
Nobody wants to watch that.
Exactly. I got 2 preseason games. I got the Blue Jackets and Penguins.
Somebody will go to the Penguins.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
think anybody will go
no,
to the Blue
I am
Jackets.
just like,
You're
yeah,
stuck with those.
Yeah, I am stuck with those, unfortunately. I may be able to put them on like, StubHub or something. Get like $25 for them.
Actually, off air, I got a couple of ideas that you do with those.
All right, sounds good.
But I'm not going to throw
Sounds
them out
good,
right
buddy.
now.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, my ticket package is actually pretty sweet. I got some decent games.
I was going to say you were going off about it. You
Yeah.
got Bruins, you got Knights.
I do. I got the Leafs. I got the Hawks. I got. I didn't get the Canadians. I don't think, which I'm gonna trade for. So, but yeah, I got some decent games.
Okay.
I'm happy. I got opening night against Tampa. I got New Year's Eve against the Caps.
Ooh,
Yeah, so that's gonna be cool.
nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
So, good stuff.
Anything else we want to get into, boys?
Nope.
All right.
You? Anything?
No.
Okay.
Nope, nothing at all. That's going to bring us to a close. So give us a like, a share, and a follow on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out our website, sotdet.com. We have our preseason rankings up. We have our preseason portion of our fantasy football up. Check it out. We have some starts or some guys that can bust out, some guys that might not do as well. Check those out. We want to thank everybody for listening and or watching. On behalf of Chris and Frank, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye, have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No, 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 no.
Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
And you were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.